energy only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rule. It is, that's right. It is Wednesday, Top 5 Wednesday. Top five. My name is Neil Rule. That guy over there, that's D-Mac, Darren McCarty. It's the third day of the week, but he got 4 Stanley Cups. We got KG in the fold as well. KG, what's really good?
This Top 5 Bad Fathers list, that's what's good. I just completed mine. I can't wait to get to it, man.
I thank you for updating me. I had no idea on the intricacy. Like that. There's sometimes, you know what? I learned something new today thanks to my friend Neil Rule.
Yeah.
What?
There you go.
Wow.
It's pretty funny.
Stick around.
That's hilarious.
And I don't know if everybody's heard this or not, but when it comes to it, stick around for Top 5 today. It's epic.
It's a good one.
Could be the greatest number one that I can think of.
Yeah.
Because of the reasonings. You guys decide, though.
We got Spencer Raxter here in the building. And yes, it's Top 5 Bad Fathers, but Spencer Raxter had a good father, so he can't relate.
I did
Shout
have a
out
great
Danny
father.
Raxter.
Yeah.
Shout out Danny in the chat.
You're not going to like my list, though, Neil.
Why?
Because it's got a lot of stuff you don't care about.
Yeah, anime based.
Oh, Christ.
Spenny.
You want to waste some people's time? You waste some people's time.
There's a lot of bad anime fathers, though. I don't think you understand.
If you care, I care.
Thank you. Thank you, D-Mac.
It's all right. He'll get over
to
it.
be fair, if it's important to you, it's important to me.
Thank you.
Except for anime. I don't give a shit about that stuff.
That's fair.
Sorry.
I will say 3 of my 5 are anime.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
It's your world.
Looking forward to it.
Yes. Steven Syrett, can you nominate your own dad for honorable mention? If Sam Flannel were on the desk, he probably would. He would say my dad because he didn't have Michigan season tickets, so I had to
prostitute himself.
I had to marry into a family with Michigan season tickets. So there is that out there.
So
as well.
That's a deeper issue because did the in-laws have to go buy an extra seat, or did he nudge a brother out of the way, or how does this work? Did he just burrow his way?
I think we need
into
a questions
family?
for Flannel in the chat one day.
So,
Michigan season tickets edition.
Get some clarity. Maybe get some clarity on that, Flannel. If you're
if he and I are together Friday, I'll ask him.
Okay,
say, hey,
perfect.
D-Mac had some questions.
I just wondered.
I have them summed up. But jump into that chat, get your thoughts out there, and yes, it is Top 5 Wednesday, as we said. Tammy Chin saying good morning, everybody. Good morning to you, Tammy.
Morning, Tammy.
Absolutely.
Morning, Tim.
Hi, Tammy.
Can I tell everybody that I think Stick will be coming in here roughly a little bit later. I can't tell you what I'm doing, but in about a month, you'll see. So I will be in and out in the next few weeks for different things. Happy to be able to be here for the first part. Excited for Lions Week and stuff, but I can't tell you. But you'll see in a bit.
I think I want to know. I think I know, but we just gonna keep it in.
You just gotta keep. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh man,
I think I know. I got ideas.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm super stoked.
All Burning Issues says Top 5 children to boo.
Oh,
it'd beat all Stafford. Stafford's kids would be Top 5 according to Kelly's staff. I got some flack thrown at me yesterday on social media about the giveaway of the Boot 'em Kids shirts, by the way. Follow Woodward Sports on all the social media platforms. We're giving away Boot 'em Kids shirts.
we got to give away more of them now.
Somebody said, TF is wrong with y'all talking about booing children. And I had to jump in. I say, no, that's not us.
Yeah.
That's Kelly Stafford that brought that to the attention.
Exactly.
And if that's what we do, lean into it.
The people, the fact that they can't understand the nuance by now, we can't
Can't
explaining
help you.
it to
You know what?
I'm all for booing children just without Kelly Stafford.
Right.
If I see kids in public, I'm gonna boo them.
And you're going to boo him. Yes, absolutely. Mike Willett, when is Danny Raxter coming on the show? We're efforting.
Yeah,
We're talking to his people.
Yeah, I'll get my people to talk to his people. We'll work something out.
We got to get him here on a Friday.
Yeah.
His rider was not being met.
Yeah.
So we had to talk to some people in the back.
We'll get it figured out. We absolutely will. Spenny, cooked up the show sheets. And in the open, we talk about the weather or our lives or, stuff that happens and just kind of get everyone a chance to kind of flow in. Spenny asked a question, or he said he had a fantasy football pet peeve.
Yeah.
I want to hear this. This caught my eye. And look, full disclosure, no one cares about your fantasy team. Nobody.
I drafted a squad last night.
But no one cares.
But
you care.
I do.
But no one else does.
I'm going
All
to win
right,
the league.
proceed.
My pet peeve for fantasy football is the guy who thinks they're smarter than everybody else.
Yes.
And tries to do this random draft order and then just fucks over everybody. Like this guy in my league, he drafted 4 straight wide receivers.
Oh my God.
And then a tight end and then a quarterback and then 6 running backs in a row.
Jesus.
And so all of his running backs are just nobodies.
Yeah.
Like his team's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And I already told I was like, Squiff, your team sucks, dude. And
His name's Squiff.
His name's Squiff, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
So
of course you have someone named Squiff in your fantasy league,
He's my
Spencer.
boy. Shout out Squiff.
Yeah.
There's a story behind why we call him Squiff, but that's for
I bet there is, and that I don't want to know.
that is for another day. But yeah, he tried to be the man and ended up with like the Packers' 3rd string running back and the Bills' 4th string running back, like guys that are going to be on practice squads. I was like, Squiff, man, your team sucks. And like his wide receivers aren't even that good. Like his second or his 3rd and 4th wide receiver are Jalen Waddle and I think Tank Dell or something like that. I'm like,
Oh
dude,
my God.
So wait a sec. So why does it screw everybody else if his team?
because
sucks
it just pisses me off to watch it.
Oh, what? Somebody just mail in a team?
Yeah, like at least do something. I don't know. It pissed me off.
Pete Smith in the chat. T-ball games definitely deserve to be booed. They do. They're tough. They're a tough watch. They definitely do. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there, as we said. Get your thoughts out there. No, we are not doing a top 5 pedophile list.
Oh,
that is
no.
where I draw the line. Everybody.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
No, Spenny.
Sage-
No.
One of the guys
No.
on my top 5 list today could also be on that top 5 list.
Oh.
Just saying.
But it's fine because it's not the spirit of the list.
That's fair.
Okay. Top 5 bad fathers coming up in just a little bit. So
Yeah.
make sure you stick around for that.
Speaking of the fantasy league, right? I know we brought it. Did you bring it up before? Because this brought to my attention. This guy Squiff. If you have, do you in your fantasy league have a last place? Does the last place guy have to do? And I bring this up because Neil and I were privy to our boy Maxi Rodriguez losing.
Oh, yeah.
losing the team.
Oh, I forgot to share that story.
No, but this is because so Maxi Rodriguez and his guys,
Friend of the show,
DCFC, and he told us we could tell this story too.
Yes.
But he showed us on the cheek of his butt, he's got a tattoo for the loser in his fantasy team 2021 or whatever. There's a guy in his league that has lost twice, so they have to get the year or whatever. But his was actually done really nice. He said some were done ugly. The other day at the Tigers game, did you see the clown? No word. A guy dressed as a clown behind the plate at a baseball game because he'd lost his fantasy league, so he had to go dress like as Ronald McDonald and stuff like that. Spenny, do you have a last place in your league?
I'm trying to find the picture of the Sacco trophy that we have. That it's a pretty funny trophy. We are thinking of making the punishment this year. You have to eat 60 hot dogs before you can eat anything else. So you don't have to like eat them all at once, but you can't eat anything else until you eat all 60 hot dogs.
Jesus.
So you got to eat hot dogs for like 3 days.
Yeah, at least. That's what we're thinking of doing for the punishment.
That is. I like something like that. That's pretty thought provoking.
Where's my Sacco picture?
Do you guys have one, Neil?
No, we don't.
Like usually so like a lot of it is the guy's got to buy the beer and the food for the party the next year. Or,
No, you do get shamed though. Like we'll throw random shots at you.
There's some like really.
There is some stuff. Yeah, there is some stuff involved. No doubt.
Some of them are like enlist in the army. Like, I've seen ones that are like that.
Yeah. Woodward Sports chat thread. Sauceton says we have the same hot dog punishment.
Yeah,
you do no chance.
That's a good one. We saw that online somewhere, and we thought that I gotta find this picture of Darius holding the Sacco Trophy.
Taylor says my 2 keepers in my league were St. Brown and Gibbs. Don't care. No one cares about your fantasy team.
Kenny, do you play fantasy?
I do, absolutely.
Tell me about your team. I don't care. That's right.
I know, right? What's the point?
Kenny,
I like fantasy
does your
football.
league have a last place, like, shame?
Oh, well, yeah. It's one of our guys. His name is Devin. He's typically the doormat every year. He always gives up towards the end of the year and fire sales his team.
People are talking about Spencer Baxter giving up last year.
Yeah,
I was cheated.
I heard someone was paid to, kind of fire sale their team with the Woodward.
There were shenanigans going on.
It was no honor league.
Yeah.
By the time the file got to HR, it was missing.
It was too late. I protested. I didn't start a single player that week in protest.
Yep. So yeah, look, I like fantasy football for the record. I just don't want to hear about your team. That's it.
Damn it, I can't find the picture. But it's a giant dick trophy.
Of course it is.
Yeah. It's like it's an oddly skinny dick with giant balls. It's really funny.
Of course it is.
I'm gonna try to get the picture. But yeah, and you got
Swift, send the picture in.
You got to hold it when you make your picks the next year.
We have some discussion about booing kids, by the way. Greg Round said you could easily boo every kid in Willy Wonka, which makes me realize that Charlie and his mom were the only characters who were good people at all in that movie. And then later on, Mike G says that Charlie is a top 5 kid to boo. He put his greasy hands all over the ceiling of that fizzy lifting drinks and effed it all up with Grandpa Joe.
That is true.
There's controversy.
Yeah.
Would you boo Charlie?
Yes.
100%.
For sure.
100%. Oh, when it comes time to get credit, then all of a sudden you're a man of valor. But in the moment,
You're
crack it open.
fizzy lifting drinks.
You stole it.
Yeah. He's a thief.
You put your hand, and now the ceiling had to be sanitized.
Yeah.
You saw how high those ceilings were.
And he took his deadbeat grandpa with him instead of his dad or mom, who have been working their asses off.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, he could run around that room, and Dan haven't got out of that bed in 20 years.
Yeah.
When it's time to go to the chocolate factory, though, all of a sudden he's Bo Jackson and the greatest athlete of all time.
Bo Jackson.
Not according to Sam Flannel, though.
Yes.
Because we are going heavy Lions, by the way.
We are.
I do want to get into the DJ Reader thing. But you also asked a question, are we done with the Tigers now? And I thought about that question. The Tigers are the ultimate side piece right now.
Yeah, of course.
Because you can parachute in, parachute out. Not on the weekend. You ain't paying no attention.
No, of course not. But, I mean, even if they were a winning organization, they were going to be a backseat to the Lions.
But during the week, you'll be back.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Monday night game.
Well, at least me. I can't speak for everybody. But.
Tuesday night game, you're in, right, D-Mac? Sunday? No.
Especially, Scooble might be must-see TV, right? Every time
He's going for the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
You're not watching them over the Lions.
I would not.
Oh, not on Sunday.
No, of course not.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page there.
No,
Let's
but
hope it's a 6
But
o'clock
I might
game.
watch it over another game.
Oh, wait a minute. I haven't seen it. We have a Dr. Clapping Cheeks.
Ah, yeah.
Hey, shout out.
He's
Hold on.
talking about. He's just talking about you'd even be impressed with his team, Neil.
No, I wouldn't, Dr.
Now, that's
Clapping
what I
Cheeks.
said.
I'm impressed with your resume, but I am not, and your credentials, but I am not impressed by your fantasy team. All right, we're talking some Lions. I want to get in this DJ Reader mix. When we come back, tell them about Dispo, D-Mac. Let's go.
Absolutely. How would you like $10 of free products from Dispo Dispensary? Screenshot that image. Oh, there it is. That image right there, QR code, and bring it to any Dispo location, and you'll get a free $10 to spend in-store with a minimum of $25 purchase. Visit Dispo Dispensary today or disposhops.com. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug.
The Great American Chevy Week is back and bigger than ever at Feldman Chevrolet. Choose from the largest inventory of award-winning Chevys, all priced to move for the biggest week of the year. Get this 2024 Silverado for only $213 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $249 a month. Feldman takes the Great American Chevy Week to another level. Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. That's right. Get the Boo Dem Kids shirt.
Boo the children.
Boo the children.
Sunday.
I do like the Welcome to Detroit shirt, though. That one's pretty dope as well. We got the best merch lineup in the business, everybody. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. There's a Woodward Sports golf line as well. All of it. Campbell and Holmes presidential gear.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I would gladly
I'll vote for him in a second.
Yes.
Shop.woodwardsports.com. All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy Woodward Sports Network.
I found the picture.
Okay, I will do you this service. While we will boo your children, I will protect them as well. Have them look away from the screen for a minute if you're watching at home.
Yeah, this is our last place trophy.
Oh, all right.
It's a giant skinny penis with giant balls.
Why does that look like a paper towel rack?
Yeah. Could be used as a paper towel rack.
Yeah.
So,
how does the paper towel spin?
Just like Tiny Tina.
That's a lot of spinning.
Oh, I wish we were at the end of the segment instead of the beginning. All right, we are back at it. Do want to get into this Lions discussion real quick in the chat. Jay Cruz in 71. Dr. Clappin Cheeks is legendary. Yes, he is. Wyatt Bear, hungry for Applebee's. Damn you, Dan Campbell. Pretty funny commercial.
That was a good commercial.
I haven't seen it yet. Still,
Really?
I want to see it.
You haven't seen it? What do you got?
Yeah. It is funny. You do need to check it out, KG. Woodward Sports tweeted it out, by the way. So if you want to catch it, go to at Woodward Sports on Twitter or X, whatever you call it. Also, too, real quick, Mr. Detroit City, Ford greater than Chevy. Well, lucky for you, there's a Feldman Ford as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
FeldmanAuto.com, big bro. Mm-hmm. I told you, it don't matter what kind of car you want. They got you. All right, DJ Reader. Spenny was bricked up.
Yes.
The day it was announced that DJ Reader signed.
How do you not?
How do you not? Absolutely. Is he going to play week 1? Do you know anybody that might be able to lend some insight?
I think his head coach could shed some light on that.
Dan Campbell, is DJ Reader going to play week 1?
DJ Reader still potentially a chance Sunday, or are you guys still thinking?
Yeah, there's a chance. I would say this week was really what we had circled to give him the bulk of true football. Like, this was his first real padded, going against, not just individual and doing some walkthrough. Like, man, he's in team. He's going on. We had him do some team defense, but also run scout team too. Go against Frank and Graham and Zeitler, and just get his confidence up, bang away in there, and really take it day to day. So yes, there's still a chance. I'll know more probably after tomorrow than I do right now. He's doing well. He's doing well.
He's playing. He's playing.
Yep.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
You shed light on this, D-Mac.
That's
You've
it.
lived this
Right.
lifestyle before. If you're in there mixing it up against Frank Ragnow,
Aleem McNeil.
you're playing.
No, okay.
Probably.
To your point, but I'm going off of Dan Campbell's demeanor and sort
body
of his
language.
excitement and his body language to the fact that, and this is that, the one thing is obviously coming off the injury, being as severe it is, it's how does he recover? But the way what they've seen with the work put in, coming back the next day, so far so good, is fingers crossed. But I would say that he's playing, or at least he might not start, but he'll be in there.
Yeah.
Right. So he'll be in there, and that you brought up a great point. Right. It's throw him right into the fire. There's no bigger fire than you can go against your own guys that are at the elite level. So I go by the way he talks about it. You can the way that Dan Campbell in the past has talked about different guys.
Yeah.
He's transparent, and even with his emotions. So I think he's excited along with the rest of the team.
No.
So I don't know if he's going to, play. How many snaps is he going to play?
Right.
But the
that's
fact
the
that he's
key.
on the sideline, the fact that he's out there, the fact that he can get in there and be disruptive for a bunch of plays, that's what I'm thinking.
And at first it was rumored that it would be week 2. Now you're getting this language from Dan Campbell, and it looks to me that he will play. But like you said, it's all about the number of snaps. I do think he will start. He might not play the maximum number of snaps that he will like in the next couple weeks, but you got to get him out there. Like having him week 1 is absolutely huge for this team. Help build some of that chemistry and get him going in the right direction. But looking forward to it, man. I think he'll play.
And look, he's pivotal.
Yes.
Absolutely.
He's absolutely pivotal. I think he kind of fell through the cracks a little bit, like when we talked about the Lions and talked about the season, because you know how it works. You're out of sight. You're out of sight. You're out of mind.
Yeah.
We all knew this going in, which is why he was available at such a friendly number.
Yeah.
Because remember this, like I know that it was painted to be like this big time, huge financial commitment. That's kind of how everybody broke it down. But when you look at the specifics of it, it is not a ton of money.
Yeah.
It's not. So
only 2 years.
Only 2 years. What is it? The guarantee is what was the guarantee is $7.5 million. That's it for the 2 years. That's it.
And it's crazy that Cincinnati didn't want to pay that. And I understand that they incurred the injury issues with him, but he was a big part of that defensive line. And now they got Sheldon Rankins kind of filling that spot. Good luck.
I'll tell you what. That Rams offensive line's coming into Ford Field banged up.
Yes.
Both of their starting tackles gone. Jonah Jackson banged up playing center for the first time in his NFL career. First snap, I'm putting DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil both on one shoulder, Jonah Jackson.
Absolutely.
And I'm sending Jack Campbell right up the middle.
Yep.
And we're going to push them that way.
Yeah, that way.
Oh, yeah. You still got it, Svenny.
Thank you.
Still got it. It'd been a minute. Dante 151. I'm so gosh darn bricked up from hearing that DJ Reader could go Sunday night for the Lions against the Rams. Let DJ Reader cook that Rams offensive line.
You know what the thing is, too, Neil, that got me thinking, right? What do we always, we can say is that Brad Holmes drafts guys that play, which is secret to success. But this Lions team rehabs guys, right? They take on some projects, but it's also too, if they think that the risk is worth the reward, right? And you look at it, that they got a deal on DJ Reader. You look at what he did for Hendrickson last year, Cincinnati, career sacks, signed a big deal. Exactly what Spenny said. It's not just what he brings physically to that defensive line. It's what he does for those linebackers. And, you said Jack Campbell. I think it's for the whole core. Right, to open them up, because what do we want to do, Neil? And this has not changed. Backbone of this team, pushing the lines this way or this way, whichever way we're going. If we're on offense, we're going this way. If we're on defense, we're going backwards. But I like the fact that when guys, it doesn't bother me when guys have injuries coming here, because the due diligence done, that we see these guys are rehab. Jameson Williams, another one. Right? Like, big time. So that's also what great teams have.
And D-Mac, I won't say we get lost in the sauce, but we do to some degree, because during the offseason, what was the discussion? What does the Lions discussion always pivot back to when we're talking Lions in the offseason? It always comes back to Goff. It always comes back to the receivers. It always comes back to the running backs.
In secondary, it used to, every question, here's the thing, every question that we had going into the offseason was answered.
Right. Yeah. And really what determines all this? Why are the Lions good? Because their lines up front on both sides push people this way and push people that way.
Yeah, that way.
That's all it is. D-Mac, for as complicated.
I used to trap out the sub.
It's funny to me with sports, man, and I do play-by-play for a lot of sports. And all like the purists, like the football purists, the soccer purists, the baseball purists, all of it. Everybody always gets caught up in schematics and positioning and analytics. You know what sports is? and feel free to jump in on this because you know what professional sports
Jimmy's and
are.
Joe's.
It's a guy making a play.
Yep.
That's what it goes off script. You don't plan for it. Most of the time, somebody goes and makes a play. You can't schematic Sergei Fedorov scoring 5 goals. It's just a guy going and making a play, man.
It's every play in the game of football is designed to score a touchdown. Every single play you run in football is designed to score a touchdown.
If it's executed flawlessly, it will score a touchdown.
Everybody executes it perfectly, they'll score a touchdown. But the defense isn't going to let that happen because they got guys out there to break the game down.
Except for the kneel down.
Yeah, except for the kneel down. That's true.
Yeah.
Even if you do that right, you'll score now.
No, but it is though. Like, and we forget that, and it's not fun. Like, Spenny likes it.
I love it.
Pushing people this way and that way.
Yeah, that way.
How do you not?
Spenny likes it.
I love it.
But it doesn't sell. You know, Penei Sewell's autograph should be the most sought after autograph in all the NFL.
Frank Ragnall's. You know what I'm saying? This is for
but they're not.
Guys do.
You know, like they're not, and it's not fun and it's not sexy. But make no mistake about it, the reason the Detroit Lions are where they are right now in this position is because they dominate at the line of scrimmage. Dominate, D-Mac. Not are good, not are okay. They are elite at it.
So they're elite on the offense, and this is what we're hoping DJ Reader brings in to make the ends and James Houston and the linebackers and the eliteness of getting to the quarterback a little bit quicker and making it that much harder. Right? This is where we step up and we match that energy on defense with the offense.
Yeah, so again, like for me, DJ Reader is, and this is going to sound wild, no one's going to believe it. To me, DJ Reader could be the highest ceiling player on this team in terms of impact.
Yeah.
He could have the highest impact on this football team this year versus last year. You follow me on this one? I'm not saying DJ Reader's the best player on the team or anything like that.
Look at the impact he had on the Cincinnati defense, especially the linebackers. Right? Like that's the big thing. The great players aren't only great themselves; they make the ones around them better.
Yeah. And if you can unlock somebody like Aiden Hutchinson, who already has the motor of somebody we've never seen play defense, that only bodes dividends for how this Lions defense as a whole will look, especially with an improved secondary. So.
And that is it. DJ Reader, when we look back, Spenny says this team's winning the Super Bowl. He set it in stone. He's standing on business with that. I'm not there yet with that. However, this regime will win a Super Bowl. That I guarantee. Within 5 years, this team will win a Super Bowl. I can't peg down the year, because even the Chiefs, every team's got to be lucky at some point to win.
No,
even
absolutely.
the Chiefs.
Absolutely.
It was in the air. But with all that being said, if this team goes where Spencer and a lot of national pundits think they can go to, DJ Reader could be the one that unlocks it. He is that valuable.
Yeah. He helped Trey Hendrickson get 17.5 sacks.
He should get tribute from Trey Hendrickson's contract.
He should.
Yeah.
He should be peeling off 20% to DJ Reader.
There's a reason why he wanted to get his deal done before he started a next season without DJ Reader.
And that's fair. To me, man. And now the top Andrew Klingerman top 10 defense book it. Slow down. Like,
yeah, I would say.
You know what I'm saying? Like slow down with that.
Yeah.
You could say loading. Say loading.
Yeah, say.
Healthy loading, but we have to see it.
I think they're going to be a top 10 defense this
right.
year.
If they're healthy,
Yeah.
they have the potential for sure. But they need, but to that point, DJ Reader needs to be healthy for them to get over the hump to there.
I'm so happy he's here, though, man. And I can't believe that $7.5 million guaranteed. I refuse to believe that there wasn't greener pastures for him somewhere else financially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what gets me bricked up. Like,
but the Lions also didn't let him leave the building without a deal. So.
Yeah,
and that is true.
That's such a great story. But so what does that tell you about what Brad Holmes?
It was
Dan
both
Campbell,
sides.
the
It tells me it was both sides.
But no, but I understand the Kings of culture, right? Knowing that this guy can't leave the building.
Yeah.
Because they're telling you, Neil, exactly what you're saying. How important this guy is to make everybody better. He's not going to be the best player on the field, but he's going to have the most impact.
Wyatt Bear, I liked it when we got Snacks Harrison. Yeah, it was cool for like 3 games.
Yeah. That's also Patricia's fault.
100% that is.
True.
Among other things. So, yeah. Man, we missed the break.
Did you see Ozempic, Patricia?
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, God.
Ozempic, Patricia?
He on the O?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Find a picture.
Let
me tell you
bring that up. D-Mac, you tell
about
him.
Lady Jane's haircuts for men. You know what? You want the color? Come on in. Walk in, sit down. Relax on one of the talented stylists, make you look and feel great. You get the hot leather neck massage too. You gotta sit there, whatever it is. You need the face done up, guys. This is the place to be. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Wicked.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend secure and automated solutions specific to your needs. All Guardian wants you to do is call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. Just call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves. Technologies have been proven to work. And people, yes, people, real people who have been proven to care. Business, pleasure, Guardian don't care. Just call the number today, 1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of Detroit, Rams. You're not gonna have fun. I'm telling you that.
Stay out of moving below 7.5 Texas-Michigan line. I'll have more for you on Friday.
Oh, my God. Stay out of playing on Sunday. Tigers, I still want to enjoy your somewhat success.
Guardian Alarm, your local security experts, tell them Big D Energy. We sent you.
The Jets are one of the hardest teams to prepare for from a skill standpoint because of Breece Hall, outstanding running back that has the
Wait a minute.
take the ball the distance. He's very good in the passing game. And defensively, you want to do everything you can to get the ball out of his hands and load the box.
Okay.
Problem is, if you load the box, you're singled out there on Wilson, and that's a tall order right there to deal with him in one-on-one coverage.
Okay,
and
Bill,
his
be
run
quiet.
after the catch.
Go over.
You know,
Go over to the O
You
King.
you leave that box too light, and Hall with his speed and athleticism, he's gone. That thing's going to turn into.
I don't think he's such a great case study for Ozempic.
It could be a major problem trying to defend this offense.
It looks like someone deflated him.
Yeah.
Right.
Like everything is still there. It's just like the balloon deflated. Like that was it.
I think that's the whole part.
That was Matt Patricia's unemployed now, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he is. As he should.
That guy just kept getting a job somehow, some way.
We got the top 5
who
list
said
if you
it?
guys
Hold
want
on.
to do those.
Oh, we do.
Yes, we do.
Hold on.
Breaking news, everybody. We have the top 5 bad fathers list.
All right, hold on. Hey.
D-Mac's got to go in a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay, let's do it then. But Kiazi. Oh, no, not him. Anyways, Belichick. That's as much energy as I've seen to him, but that's what happens when you hang out with 24-year-olds.
Yeah, that's true.
Woodward,
Shout out Bill Belichick doing it right.
Dom Rivera, Matt Patricia still riding Belichick's coattail.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is.
To
That
this
man
day.
can't do anything without Bill Belichick.
No,
To this
he can't.
day. Just like a lot of the people that fell off his tree.
All right, top 5 list.
All right, yeah. We're calling it audible, by the way. It is Top 5 Wednesday.
Damn, quick.
Top 5 bad fathers. Someone suggested in the chat. If you have a good suggestion, fire it away. If it makes us laugh, will use it. So without further ado, this list is going to be pretty good, everybody.
This is gonna be
Top
a good one.
5 bad fathers of all time. Spencer Raxter batting leadoff.
All right, my honorable mention. We'll start there. My honorable mention is Bobby Boucher's dad from the
Bobby
Waterboy.
Boucher. I forgot all about it.
Because he comes in at the end when he's about to go to the NFL.
Yes.
Tells him not to go to school. Tells him not to marry the girl. Take the money, dummy. Right. Bobby Boucher's dad.
But
terrible.
was he wrong?
He wasn't wrong. He
So that's why he's not on the top 5. Okay.
That's why he's not on the top 5.
Okay.
And number 5, I've got Genghis Khan. You want to
Genghis
talk
Khan.
about the original
Absentee
deadbeat
father?
Right.
Thousands of bastard children spread all out over the Far East. Genghis Khan could raise an army of his children if he wanted to, but he did not. So yeah, Genghis Khan.
I'm going to cut you off for a second here. Mike Willett in all caps. Why is this a top 5 instead of a top 10 list?
Because it's half as boring as the top 10.
And another thing on Genghis Khan, when I was doing my research, there is a 1 in 20 chance in the world that you are somehow related to Genghis
that you are
Khan.
a descendant of Genghis Khan.
Talk about raping and
UKG,
pillaging.
me,
Say 1 in 20?
1 in 20 of
20.
every person in the world has a 5% chance that you are somehow related to Genghis Khan.
Thousands of bastard children.
Yeah.
So, and then at number 4, I got Goku. Again, deadbeat father.
Technically, he's not.
Sends his children off to die fighting aliens.
But they got stronger,
He
though.
leaves them to be trained by Piccolo. Goku's a terrible. Anytime his kids need him, he dies.
That's arguable.
Goku, terrible father.
It's arguable.
And number 3, I got Drake. Because, like Pusha T said, you are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. He had to get exposed to show the world he had a son with a porn star.
Right.
This was breaking news because Drake has a line in one of his songs as a father saying, I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So he, by his own quote, doesn't love his son.
Big facts.
And number 2.
Hey, real quick, good work by that porn star, by the way.
Secured the bag.
Oh, yeah.
At number 2, I have Judge Vin Smoke from One Piece. This is what he looks like.
He's on the list just for looking like that as a father.
First of all, he has multiple children, and he turns them into human weapons by experiments. He uses disgusting tricks to turn them into human weapons, and the one that didn't take, my favorite character, he put a metal helmet on him, locked him in a cage for upwards of 8 months.
Yeah, that'll put you on the list.
That puts you on the list. You're a terrible father doing that. Shout out Sanji. My boy deserves better than that. And then at number 1, I have Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist. Shao Tucker was hired by the...
I don't know what he means. I don't know what he's talking
hired
about.
by the state government to work on chimeras. Chimeras
In a cartoon.
Are when you would...
Okay.
He was hired by the state alchemist to create chimeras, which are like different animals combined into
I thought they
one.
were overpaid running backs.
And he wanted... That is Kamara. That's very close. But he wanted to create one that talks. He couldn't do it. He was facing a deadline. So he fused his daughter with his dog to make a monster. Yeah. His daughter, his like 4-year-old daughter and a giant dog, fused them together to make a monster. Shao Tucker is the worst father in the history of the world, and it's not close. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's my top 5 list.
In your cartoon fathers.
Not bad.
All right, KG. Top 5 bad fathers.
All right.
Let it rip.
Top 5 bad fathers. I hope he got the updated list. Oh, he did. So, all right. Honorable mention, Mel Gibson. We all heard the phone call. Yeah. That shit was crazy. What are you cussing your kid out like that for? That just leads me to believe that he is a shitty father all time. At number 5, I stole this one from you, Neil. I hate to give away a piece of your list, but this is the sicko of all sickos right here.
You can't marry your stepdaughter.
That is some sicko
You're a bad
shit.
father, period.
Absolutely.
That's a short one. You married your stepdaughter. You're on the list.
On top of the fact that he's a weirdo. But at number 4, I was really trying to keep any brothers off this list because historically, we get the connotation of being bad fathers historically. But at number 4, Marvin Gaye's dad. It don't get no worse than this. He shot his son and robbed America of one of the greatest voices to ever grace this God's green earth, man. I really don't understand it. I think they got into a little scuffle. He smacked him and then he shot him. I don't think that justifies that. At number 3, Darth Vader. We all know the story.
Yeah.
I mean, he cut his son's hand off. He tried to make him go to the dark side. Darth Vader is a horrible, horrible father. He has his reasons, but still
But he is
horrible.
the chosen one.
At number 2, it was hard between 1 and 2.
Dude, 1 is great.
Yeah, well, no, for real. Because historically, 1 is great. But at number 2, Paul Cox from the Dewey Cox story. I mean, if you've seen the movie.
The wrong kid died.
Yeah, he constantly berates his son, tells him he's not good enough, said the wrong kid should have died. He let his other son get sawed in half. Like, why are these kids even in a barn with a rusty saw anyway? Like,
it was a machete.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was a machete. It was a machete. But yeah, Paul Cox, absolutely horrible.
The wrong kid died.
Great pool, Spitty. And at number 1, Zeus. So me and the wife are watching this show on Netflix called Chaos. It has Jeff Goldblum, and it follows Greek mythology. A pretty good show. But just historically, Zeus has always been a shitty father. He makes all these children, uses them, and then kills them.
He eats them.
Yeah, he's killed so many of his own children.
Listen to how fired up these two dudes are about this list.
No,
Look at the chat going crazy right now.
This is a great list, but that is my top 5 bad fathers.
Wyatt Bear, Paw Cox, OMFG.
That's a good one.
Jay Thomas,
Yes.
LMAO, Paw
The
Cox.
wrong
Yes.
kid died.
Walk Hard.
Right. Great
I'm
movie.
just trying to make out what you're saying.
Let's go Red Wings Party. I did not have Dewey Cox on the bingo card
No,
today.
that's a good one.
That
man.
is a fantastic
Constantly
movie.
puts his son down, let
Yes.
the other one get sawed in half. Like, I don't understand.
Good Lord. D-Mac,
All right.
your top 5 bad fathers list. This is electric.
Absolutely. You had, Woody Allen, obviously. You
Yes.
nailed some of
Yeah.
the great honorable mentions. Darth Vader,
Yeah,
number 5.
he got to be on the list.
Yeah.
It's got to be on the list. Although it always goes to show you there is redemption out there for you. Jack Torrance, Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Turned on him, went psycho, crazy. Plus, it's in Colorado, I think.
that one is rough.
That happened to everyone. That one, as Neil said, that one ended rough. Frank Gallagher, for all the Shameless fame.
That's a good
Got
one.
drunk and ended up in Canada on Toronto Island. How that happens. Yes, if anybody had the Shameless, funny show, but bad father.
Yeah, he was.
Joe Jackson, I know you guys are going to argue.
It's
that,
arguable.
But no, it's not arguable because the psychological damage.
It works.
Listen, you're using that wrestling analogy of just show me the money and sell me some tickets and what's
D-Mac, real quick.
I'm going by irreparable damage.
I feel you.
You know what? You
you.
swayed me because originally I was on KG's level, like not a bad father. Got him the bag in 2 words: psychological damage. You swayed me back to your side. Thank you.
Pimped his kids out at an early age.
And Kenny touched on it. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Marvin
come on,
Gaye
bro.
Senior for all those wrong reasons, but tragedy.
No,
Absolutely.
great list, D-Mac. Great list. All right, let me back clean up here. Top 5 bad fathers. Number 5, Woody Allen, married a stepdad or married a stepdaughter. That's it.
Yeah.
You're on the list. Number 4, Michael Jackson. Lest we forget when he dangled the baby over the terrace at the hotel, like 6 stories up. Then name the baby Blanket. You're on the list. You name your kids goofy shit like Blanket. You're on the list.
He was fucked up. To D-Mac's point, psychological damage. Okay,
I don't care.
I think I got Kenny to switch.
I don't care.
I named this kid for Mike, but come on, man.
Number 3, Henry VIII. All I'm going to say is they made Broadway musicals about how bad you were to your wife and to your kids. Yeah. If there's a Broadway musical about how bad you are, you're on the list. Mm-hmm. Number 2, there's a dark horse. Anybody remember Jennifer Capriati, the teenage tennis sensation?
Oh, yeah.
Her dad, Stefano Capriati, who once called Jennifer Capriati, quote, an ATM machine with a ponytail, unquote. That is quoted. That is absolutely quoted. Boom. You are one of the worst dads
and this could be
of all
the
time.
number one.
Now,
Please
this is the best ever.
This one is the best
epic.
one. This is the number one bad father in the history of bad fathers. Ever. Yes, Dr. J, Julius Erving, who went on record in the European media and said that his illegitimate daughter was created because, quote, her mom got braces put on that day, unquote. That is a quote from Dr. J.
That's a baller quote.
Yeah, it is. And even better.
That is wild.
Even better. This is what makes him number one. The same illegitimate daughter, who I believe is a tennis pro.
Yep.
He would send her for Christmas, not visit her or anything like that, would send her as a gift autographed basketball signed by Dr. J, Julius Erving.
And you can sell it.
That was her gift for Christmas from Dr. J.
That's fucking crazy.
Period. Top 5 list.
That's
right
bad.
there, everybody.
Man.
Top 5
Shout
bad
out Dr.
fathers.
J.
That's good stuff.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the pregame show. And let's talk about your Detroit Lions game day. And let's talk about why Woodward Sports is doing it better than anyone. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder. Oh, he's going by Matthew now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Matthew Broder. He gets on the morning show, and it's like when Stafford leaves town, all of a sudden he's Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, Terry Foster, Matt Broder. Shout out, D-Mac. Have fun, man. The pregame show, Lions pregame show, myself, Sean Belesian, 10 to noon typically. This weekend, 5:30 to 7:30. Sunday night, live at Second Best Bar, 42 Watson Street in Detroit, Michigan. The crew's running down there. Not Randall Watson Street, just 42 Watson Street. Get on down there to Second Best Bar. We have the best pregame show, the best pregame coverage in Detroit. Better than the flagship, better than TV, better than all of it. You guys are going to be a big part of it. So make sure you tune in if you can't come on down. Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. I can't wait to be down at Second Best. I will be partaking in some Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, as will Sean Belesian, as should everybody. They're good together, by the way. Nobody in Detroit sports media is doing Lions games and Lions game day better than Woodward Sports. That's fact, not opinion.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences as the online and big box retailers, with one major difference: your family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
All right, keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network coming out of the bullpen. We go to the tall, crafty right-hander. Of course, Stick is in the building. Stick, welcome.
Hey,
all right,
thanks
your
for
reaction.
having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
top 5 bad fathers list.
I mean,
you're appalled.
I don't have a top 5 because I really didn't prep for that, but there's just a couple things stood out from your guys' list that, like, you guys went way too hard at Darth Vader and didn't acknowledge that Anakin was probably the worst father in that whole series.
Yeah.
Like
choked his pregnant wife.
He choked his pregnant wife. He went evil because of a vision that he misread. He never talked to his other kids, which ended up being Luke and Leia.
Killed a
they
bunch
end
of
up having
children.
incest between the two of them because they don't even know they're related. That's because the dad left. I mean, Anakin to me is the loser dad in all of
Killed
Star
a bunch of kids that he was a father figure
killed
to.
all the kids,
Yeah.
the younglings. He went in and killed all the kids.
Yeah. He did.
This guy.
I will say this. I like the top 5 list. Why, Spenny?
Because it's half as boring as the top 10 list.
This could have been the exception, and I didn't. There are tons of bad fathers. Carl Malone catching a lot in the check. I only had room for 5.
I had a couple more anime dads I could have put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jing Freeze.
Yeah.
There were tons that we missed. Brian McKnight getting some love.
Yeah. I told you I was trying to keep brothers off the list, man.
Dr. Evil.
Yeah, Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil was a bad dad. So yeah, either way.
All right.
Harry Osborne.
Some reaction to Matthew Broder changing his name to Matthew from Matt. Detroit Supremacy. At least Broder's name is actually Matthew. Stafford is a fraud, and his real name was John.
Do people know that, like, if you said Matt, you would get a letter from the Lions saying you're supposed to say Matthew? Like, when we started this broadcast company, we would get letters from PR saying it's Matthew.
That's
wow.
Like, that's how serious they took the Matthew.
That is ridiculous.
Now, all right, the people are talking. They want to follow up next week. They want a top 5 bad mothers list.
Oh, for sure. I know what my number 1 is.
Like bad or like bad?
Yeah. Open to interpretation.
It is, right.
The baddest mom on the planet?
Your mom. That's my number 1.
You already know it. Yeah. Your mom.
Your mom is going to be my number 1.
Next. You guys want to do it?
Yeah,
top 5 bad mothers? Okay.
Tywin Lannister also getting some honorable mentions as bad dads. If you watch Game of Thrones.
I think
he was just prideful.
Tywin had his reasons. I wouldn't want my kid to give up his namesake and lands to be a glorified bodyguard for the king.
Yeah, but he threw his dwarf son into the cage, said he wanted him dead, would have left him in the ocean.
He also made him hand to the king and trusted him for a while. You know, back then he was lucky to even live. If he wasn't a Lannister, he would have been thrown in the river, you know?
That's fair.
I'm
Andrew,
not into wizards and all that stuff, but I love Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones is great. You should read it.
Andrew Schmidt, Tyreek Hill, not on the list. No, he makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't,
Adrian Peterson not on the list? Who hasn't gotten a Switch before?
Right.
Thank you. We all caught a couple, bro.
Right.
Like, everyone wants to pop up and act like they're appalled.
The kid deserved it. He did.
And I tell you, I can remember 3 times specifically that I caught it. And guess what? I deserved it every single time.
Damn right.
Kelly Stafford for taking her kids to a Detroit game and telling them that we were booing them.
Yeah.
That top 5 all bad mom.
It's arguable.
Bad mom.
It's arguable.
Tune in next Wednesday.
She's not coming to the game.
She's scared for her mental health.
For mental health?
She didn't say that.
That's what she said.
She's actually in town and then flying out to go watch the game in Cali.
Yeah. What a loser.
You know, when you make up lies, and then just come back to get you.
I'm going to find her.
By the way, Boo Them Kids shirt. Woodwardsports.com.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sell
Hey,
them
by the way,
like
too,
hotcakes.
send us pictures on social media. We stop what we're doing. We put your picture up on the show.
That is true.
Harold Williams, Nick Cannon is not a bad father. He
Not
has
at all.
he has a lot of kids, but he's around them and he takes care of them.
Every single one of them.
Chief Keef's a bad father. Chief Keef's got 10 kids with 9 baby mamas, I think.
Yeah. Would you put Lil Wayne on that list then?
Lil Wayne's up there, yeah. Genghis Khan, though, like I said, Genghis Khan is the original deadbeat dad. He has thousands of children.
A lot of raping and pillaging.
Yes.
Wire hangers may make an appearance on the top 5 list.
Wire hanger.
Oh, my.
She was a pretty bad mom.
She was.
Yeah.
Like,
Mommy dearest.
Yeah.
Oh, well, me and Spenny were thinking. You thought what I was thinking, Spenny. Okay.
What the fuck was y'all thinking?
Well, I mean, I didn't think about it that way, but I guess you could make a case.
Yeah.
Bad
All right, you know what? We're losing it.
Yeah. Casey Anthony should be number 1.
Yes.
She was found not guilty, though.
Who cares?
Not in the court of public opinion.
Right.
There are There are distinctly different courts in America. There's a court of law and the court of public opinion.
Following that trial, I mean, I know we're supposed to be talking. It's Lions game week. Like, football starts tomorrow, but the fact that she led investigators through Disneyland that she claims she worked at and down this back alleyway till it dead ended, and then just turned around and was like, "Yeah, I never worked here." That's one of the craziest things to ever happen. Anyways,
all right,
Lions football Sunday.
Lions football Sunday.
Oh, we only got 3 minutes.
Well, hey, then let's do this then real quick. So Kelly Stafford's not coming to the game. Is it weak, Stick? Is that weak?
Oh, yeah, it's awful. I mean, listen, I got to preface this by saying I appreciate Kelly Stafford for what she did for this network early on.
Yes.
They stopped by with tons of toys.
I've always said that. Champions of the community here in Detroit.
I appreciate that. And, somewhere along the line, some people at this network said some things about Matthew that she didn't appreciate, and the relationship has been severed. But beyond that, what I saw last year out of the Staffords in general, not just Kelly, but Matthew after the game and the way he talked about the fans and the way he talked about how he was only happy for the players getting the win. He wasn't happy for the city, all because she lied to him about the kids getting booed. Like, it just, to me, it put a bow on it. It's just like, all right, send this whole thing off. They mean less than nothing to us now. Like, it's great. You built some stuff in the community. You also got $20 million, $30 million a year. I'm sure you could peel a little off to build in the community. You know what? I don't make nearly that much, and I still give back too. That doesn't make me a great person, but what it does is it makes you a little better on the outside looking. But the Staffords just in general have been, I don't want to say disappointing, because this is what I expected out of Matthew Stafford. I never expected him to be a great leader here in Detroit. You saw it. He never got fiery when he needed to. After games, he never took accountability. It was just a lot of coach speak all the time to the media. No passion, no love, all that stuff. But yeah, what they've done is really just essentially they've put themselves on the island away from Detroit. Detroit versus everybody, they went from up here to down here. They're a part of the everybody now.
And it's well said, and the bottom line is this. You guys know where I stand with it, because I've been consistent since day one. Since day one when the move was made, I've been consistent. You know what I want on Sunday night?
What?
I want him looking up at the lights again with that dazed look on his face.
Yes.
And I don't care how it gets there. He is in the way of what we want. He is in the way. And if he's got to be put down, then he's got to be put down.
Yeah.
When you step between those lines on Sunday night, whatever happens, happens. As I always say, Magic Johnson said it best when he was talking about the time that he elbowed Isaiah Thomas in the face, who stood up in his wedding. He said, when he comes through the lane, if I got to put him down, it's just that way now. So Stafford's, it's just that way now.
But remember, you chose this. You're the one who walked your little ass into Brad Holmes' office, says, I can't be a part of another rebuild. I don't want to be here for it. Find me a way out of here. And what did he do? Write you the ticket to the best landing spot you could have ever had. You and your boyfriend coach were honeymooning before the deal was even made in Mexico.
Your wide receiver looks just like your wife.
Yeah, the wide receiver looks like your wife. And so I'm sure you're having a lot of fun in the locker room and all that fun stuff. But either way, they asked for this. And now you can't be mad when you got it. And like, to me, what's so awesome about it is the old Lions, the Matthew Stafford version of the Lions, are so far dead and gone. I don't even associate this with that.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Stick. And some people, this might rub some people the wrong way. Pause. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, his era here, I don't even think about. His era here is no different than Rodney Pete's era.
Dead era.
Is no different than Joey Harrington's era. It is no different. Historically, it is no different.
Scott Mitchell.
What did I get? Scott Mitchell, same way. He is Scott Mitchell.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford is Scott Mitchell.
Homegrown Scott Mitchell. Because we went out and got Scott Mitchell thinking he was the guy.
With
100%.
better passing numbers.
But that's even a better way to put it. Matt Stafford is literally Scott Mitchell to me in this town.
Yeah.
I always heard about it, never saw it. That's how it was.
Well,
it's gone. It's over. It's gone. I don't need any tributes. I don't need any of that bullshit, because the bottom line is this. When you boil it all down, he did nothing here. Nothing. Jared Goff did more in 7 days than he did in his whole career here, and that is factual. And you can debate it all you want, but you can't say it's not true, because it is. And I want him on the ground, looking up, cross-eyed at the lights again, just like he was in the playoff game. And that's what I want, Stick. And it's not personal, it's business. I'm in the mix right now. My team is in the mix to go to a Super Bowl and be the #1 seed. That's what I care about, and you are in the way of that. Yep. And if you got to be taken down, then you got to be taken down. I don't care.
And you've been in the way of it for over a decade. This ain't a new problem. You've been part of the problem for a long time. So see you Sunday.
Tell us about Swiss.
Swiss Insurance, is that me?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Mark at SwissINS.com. That is his email. If you're watching Big D Energy right now, shoot him an email and say, Boo Dem Kids. Just let them know that you're watching Woodward Sports and you're a part of the Boo Dem Kids movement. Email Mark at SwissINS.com right now. And hey, maybe he emails you back and you start talking about insurance.
Just get you a free quote.
Get you a free quote.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong? It could save you money. What's wrong with that? You don't
Send him your
saving money?
fantasy team.
You
don't
like
do
saving
that.
money?
Don't waste his time.
Mark, Swiss Insurance.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Neil Rule here for some of the best youth sports leagues that are going on in and around the city of Detroit. That's right, the 3C Sports League. You can register your child right now. Tackle football. There's a cheerleading option as well. Listen to this, everybody. All the coaches are trained, certified. They have background checks, and it's all available to you for just $175 per child. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Southeastern Michigan. What's included with that? Transportation, meals, a chance to compete for a championship at Ford Field as well. The 3C Sports Youth Football Leagues put the youth back in youth sports.
Shout out to Dante 151 in the chat. We got a little excited there, and this went glossed over, but he said Rey Mysterio is a bad father. Anyone remember the ladder match between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero for the custody of Dominic Mysterio when he was 8? The craziest part is Vince McMahon wanted to have Dominic Mysterio in a cage hanging above the ring.
Yes, wow.
That was the original plan. Vince McMahon is a savage.
And then the lawyers got in the way and said, Vince, I know. And then even Triple H, who's the ultimate yes man, said, Vince,
all right,
right,
let's walk this one back.
Come on, bro, chill out.
Let's walk this one back.
Even modern day, Dominic hates his father.
Yep, he
okay.
still does.
Yep.
Hour number 2 of the show, by the way. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule. Stick in for D-Mac, who's doing some pretty cool-ish for the Red Wings. That's going to come out in a little bit.
I can't wait for this. Did he tell you what it's all about?
Yes.
Did he talk about it on the air?
No, he's embargoed it.
Yeah. What a cool concept.
KG here in the building, Spencer Raxter as well. All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. I do a bad job of this. Click the like button.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. You're there anyway. Just do me a favor and click it.
Yeah,
it only takes one. As you guys know, it only takes one.
Everybody gets one.
And Mike O in the chat.
Oh, boy.
Bad take, Neil. You just went down a notch. Mike O, can I ask you a question?
Uh-oh.
What's going to follow that? He left here and won a Super Bowl. Why do you Lions fans celebrate that as if you got something out of it? Why? Why do you guys celebrate? I never understood that. Why do you celebrate the fact that he went to the Rams and won a Super Bowl? Like it's part of your political party or something like that. Why?
Michael,
why do you celebrate? I can't relate to anybody. I don't give a shit.
Michael.
I don't care, Mike-O. I don't care that he left and won a Super Bowl. The day he went into the office and said, yeah, trade me, I want out of here. Make no mistake, that's what he said. I want out of here. Guess who was still here? Me and you and all the other Lions fans except for Mike-O, who probably got a Detroit Rams shirt.
Yeah, you don't see many of those around anymore, do you?
Yeah, It's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah, and the thing about giving Stafford all the credit for that Super Bowl, you never hear about them adding Von Miller. You never hear about them adding OBJ. You never hear about them adding Jalen Ramsey. You never hear about them adding an all-star at every single level to a team that had already won playoff games the year before. Isn't that interesting? It's just like, well, they added Stafford in one. It's like, no. Stafford was just a small piece of what they added because they don't have OBJ, different team. They don't have Ramsey, different team. Von Miller, pressure in the quarterback, different team. So Stafford was a part of the equation, and that's nice for him. But to say that Stafford went on and won himself a Super Bowl, that he did it, it's like, he walked into a locker room that was already winning. That's not hard to do.
And hit a 49er safety in the chest with the pass in the fourth quarter that he dropped.
That is true.
Hit him in the chest.
But that's why I'll always give Goff more credit because Goff has turned around 2 franchises. #1 overall pick in L.A. took them to a Super Bowl. Came to Detroit. They hadn't won anything in forever. And now look at us. The perennial favorites now. Everybody, we're the darlings. People have us ranked at the top of their power rankings. That never happened with Stafford here. And now here comes but they didn't have Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. But you know what he did have? He had a decade. At some point, a decade should be enough to get you to where you want to be. And he had a number 2 defense at some point, too.
Damon Ice, Stafford won a championship the same year left the Lions. I don't think his feelings are hurt. Neither are mine, Damon. No. Neither are mine. Because in 7 days, the guy that came and replaced him did more than quarterbacks in the last 60 years, dude.
Facts.
Again, somebody in here says, real cream of wheat, we still on Stafford? I didn't do this. I didn't do this, everybody. Like, yeah, you don't think it's going to be a storyline, cream of wheat? It's not going to be a storyline this weekend? It wasn't a storyline last time?
Of course. It's always going to be a storyline,
It's part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of it. And the same way you say my feelings aren't hurt either.
Yeah.
Other than the 10 years I wasted watching him play. My feelings are kind of hurt about that.
And that's the thing. I was not a Stafford guy when he was here, so I had to hear it all the time. Oh, he's so good, he's so good, he's so good. And now that he's gone and we're better, it's like, yeah, he was part of the problem, not part of the solution. But beyond that, I look at Stafford like I look at Caleb Williams. I look at Stafford like I look at Aaron Rodgers. I look at Stafford as anybody else not wearing a Lions
100%. He is Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
You're the enemy, bro. If we got to go through you, over you, under you to get to this Super Bowl, I don't care. And you think Dan Campbell or any of those guys in the locker room care what Matthew Stafford didn't accomplish here for 12 years? I don't care.
Calvin Johnson, one of his best friends. The minute Stafford gets on the field in that playoff game, Calvin Johnson says, I need a couple from you, man. And I'm not talking about touchdowns.
Right.
Like, you're the enemy. Get over it. Kelly, you suck. Your kids, they suck. I'm booing them. You're the enemy. I don't care.
Yeah. And this is why the tribute video thing.
It bothers me. Yeah. It bothers me, KG. It does. Tribute for what?
For what?
Are we going to give Joey Wentz a tribute? He just got picked up by the Phillies because we DFA'd him.
R.I.P. Joey Wentz.
And you doing your current quarterback, Jared Goff, a disservice if you go out there and do that tribute.
You know what? I agree with you.
Jared Goff chants are going to be going wild while that tribute's playing.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
And then guess who's going to cry? The Staffords.
Yeah.
They were disrespectful.
Hey, you know what? That brings that to my attention. I need that out of the 65,000 strong, man.
Yeah,
I need that round out.
It's going to happen.
If Kelly Stafford would have been here, I saw Detroit Dabber says pretzel chucking wackadoodle. We should have put a thing of pretzels in their press box. Like a thing of soft pretzels in their press box.
Well, no, you don't want to give her ammo.
But while that tribute's going on, if you're at the game, you need to be chanting Jared Goff.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Like,
that's all that
it
matters.
Right.
That's all that matters.
And listen, we're not heartless. Like, at the end but at the end of his career, he is the Lions' leading all-time passer in a lot of categories. So at the end of his career, fine, I'm with it. But as he's still an active competitor for somebody, especially that didn't win a playoff game, that didn't go to an NFC championship, why are you doing this? And I'm a Stafford apologist.
I can't get the why. I can't understand the why. Detroit supremacy. Nobody's discrediting his ring. Bingo. It's just, why do you care about it here? That's exactly Detroit supremacy. I don't understand the love. I don't. The love for what? His Super Bowl for the Rams doesn't get you anything. You don't get credit for it. You don't get to win.
But at the time, that was the closest the Lions have ever seen a player succeed, right?
Right.
And, like, say what you want, he was part of that prophecy, fulfilling it. Like, he was part of the suck for everybody to root for the Detroit Rams at that time.
Right.
But, yeah, it was never – when we were doing our Super Bowl party downtown Detroit at the Brass Rail, right, I never felt that I was rooting for Stafford, and if he won, the city won. But there were a lot of people who I like to call betas who were rocking those shirts, and if he won it over there, it kind of counts for me over here.
And all those people, did you get your prize?
Right.
Did your Stafford Super Bowl prize come in the mail?
Right. Did you get a ring?
No, you didn't?
Right.
Weird.
Oh, and guess what? You know what your gift for rooting for him in a Rams uniform was after the Lions beat him last year?
Remind him. What did he say?
I'm happy for the players.
Yep. Not the
When
city.
directly asked about the fans. How do you feel about the city? I'm happy for the players. So
I just don't want that forgotten. I don't want that forgotten.
It will not. We were live on the post-game show when it happened, and my jaw dropped because as much as I don't like Stafford, I know what he means to a lot of people here.
Oh, I remember.
Right? And I know what he meant to little kids wearing the Stafford jersey. And for him to have that moment, it just shows everything I needed and everything I already knew about this guy. He is not an accountable leader. And instead of saying, you know what, they struggled really hard, it's been a long mountain climb for these Detroit fans, I'm happy they got one, then just leave it at that. But no, you leave it up to Baker effing Mayfield the next week. Who I hate, by the way, but now I love because of everything he did last year. Like, honestly, I became a Baker Mayfield fan for how he handled losing to the Lions. I became even more of a Stafford detractor because of how he handled it.
Woodward Sports chat thread. First mine. Stafford got smacked around for years and still stood with his team. 100. He walked into the office and said, "Get me out of here."
Factual, but
he said that.
Listen, and yes, he did. But he had at that point, he had every right to do that.
Do you think did Isaiah Thomas ever do that?
I understand, but
did Barry Sanders ever do that?
If you 12 years somewhere and the front office just cannot get it right, and we all know how bad those Lions front offices was, they could not get it right. At that point in his career, taking all that punishment,
you fix
he had the right
Isaiah
to do that.
Thomas fixed it on his own. He fixed it.
But we're acting like somebody put a gun to Stafford's head and made him sign his $200 million contract.
No, not at all.
He was happy collecting the checks.
Of course.
Tell me, like, that's where I draw the line with professional athletes.
He got $250 million here.
You may not have liked your situation, but $250 million would make me feel a little bit better.
I'm just saying, after 12 years of service to one place, and the front office structure was as bad as it was.
You can say after 12 years.
That's all I'm saying. He had the right.
You can say after 12 years, then I can say after $250 million, then all of a sudden it was a problem.
Well, true, but new regime, and like I said, he had the right.
So that's
at that point.
That's why.
But once you leave, you're gone. So I'm with y'all.
He
on
walked
that,
into the office and said, "Get me out of here."
Yeah, but I think it was mutual. I do think they wanted to.
Well,
move
yeah,
on
I mean,
from Stafford
yeah,
too.
because we got a good,
yeah,
because
they wanted the
these
chance.
are culture guys. You don't want to be here. We don't want you here.
Well, and they wanted a proper chance to rebuild this thing the right way.
No.
They did.
In retrospect, and this gets lost. In retrospect, they had an opportunity to get compensated to get a guy in here that they believed in more.
Which was the smart move.
And they were right.
Yeah, it was the smart move. It was. It worked out for both sides.
And if you're moving cities or you're moving teams, you got to hit up Mark White, because Mark White can save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs, whether you're buying or selling a new home. Mark White and Associates. It's markwhitesells.com, or call them at 248-290-8242. Again, markwhitesells.com. He will save you up to $5,000 on your closing costs. And Neil, tell us about Second Best Bar.
That's right, Second Best Bar, everybody. It's where we will be for the Lions pregame show on game days on Sundays. That's right. Detroit's very own Second Best Bar, located on 42 Watson Street. For the ultimate fan experience, enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. I'm excited about that as well. How about Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, though, out there in the sports community? Love it. While catching the Woodward Sports pregame show, myself and Sean Belizean only at Second Best Bar. Come get some.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. Look, there's 18 Feldman Automotive locations in and around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Someone earlier in the chat said, hey, I like Ford more than Chevy. Okay, FeldmanAuto.com. Go get you the Ford. All brands are represented under the Feldman Automotive umbrella because they are the best car dealership in Michigan. That is a fact. The car buying experience is smooth. They're not going to waste all day long for you like some of these other car dealerships are doing. The buying process is streamlined. The selection is unmatched. The financing rates, those are even coming down. Those aren't Feldman's control, but they're even coming down right now. So if you want that new car, now is the time, everybody. Go to feldmanauto.com. Keeping it pushing, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We stepped on a rake here and moseyed on into the Matt Stafford discussion again. But I feel more resolute about it now than I even did before the playoff game last year.
Absolutely.
Stick brought up a great point. I don't understand why people celebrate him winning a Super Bowl in this town like it's their victory. It's not. The day he walked in the office and said, "I'm out of here," that's it. He's dead.
Yep.
To me, he's dead, and it's over.
You know what I like to call these people that still love and root for Stafford? Like, they're cucks. Somebody else railed their wife, and they got to watch, and they're like, "Hey, we did it!
We did it, buddy."
She's happy. She wanted to leave me, and she left. And now she's getting what she wants.
Tyler M. in the chat. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get your thoughts in there. Tyler M., if they do the video, we will boo the mess out of it. Tyler, if you're there.
Yeah, boo the video.
Yeah. As my son would say, on God.
Yeah, forget the kids.
We should make a new shirt. Boo the video.
Boo the tribute video. Oh, my God.
Boo that video. Boo the tribute.
That would be electric. One Funky Lions fans. Neil, they should do a tribute, but it'll be all of Stafford's pick sixes. Well, they only got like 2 minutes. So they don't have time to run all those pick sixes he threw here when he was with Detroit.
You know what my favorite Matt Stafford lover argument was back in the day? The stat that they would always lean on that made him great.
Fourth quarter comebacks.
You know what my argument was?
He had
Shouldn't
them
be down in the fourth quarter. If you're not down every fourth quarter, you don't get the opportunity to come back that much. Like, to me, that's such like a ghost number. Because if Tom Brady's winning, or let's say
Brady had that stat for a long time, though.
Let's use Pat Mahomes, right? Is he ever going to lead the league in fourth quarter comebacks?
Probably not.
Probably not. So what difference does it make? You know why? Because they're winning from the first quarter. So that fourth quarter comeback was such a ghost stat to me.
Mike G, we're not doing a Stafford tribute video, are we? I've heard they are.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen anything official, but we'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It don't matter if they do or they don't. It really doesn't.
JP 17, so it's like Stafford in college, just banging the back up.
Hey.
God, can you imagine that story came out? Like, I mean, we're all men here. What is that?
I feel bad for the guy, man. I really do feel bad for the guy.
Like that, I won't even clown on him
that
for.
Shit.
Because nobody wants to go through that.
Hey.
Every time she goes on the fucking podcast, starts yapping, I feel so bad for him.
Like, well, he could fix that.
It's true.
KDK Law right here in Birmingham. They know the lay of the land.
It's true.
It's true. Wow, bro.
That is one thing. Like, you can argue who you'd rather have, Stafford or Goff, who's the upgrade over who. There is no argument that Kristen Harper is the biggest upgrade in the world over Kelly Stafford.
1,000,000%.
Kristen Harper seems like a very nice, very, very cool, level-headed woman, and she's an absolute smoke show.
Shut up.
She's an absolute smoke show. Seems like a very nice lady as well.
Yeah.
Miles of an upgrade over Kelly Stafford. That is inarguable.
Mike G. Stafford became a legend in this town for that video of him separating his shoulder against the Browns and throwing the game-winning TD. It brought him some serious clout in this town.
That was cool.
Big win against the Browns. Yeah,
But it was a huge win against the 0-16 Browns his rookie year.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
I swear I thought that was a preseason game for the long
No,
No,
that
this
was
is rookie
regular
year.
season.
This is rookie year. I mean,
yeah.
But when you peak as a rookie,
You're right.
that's not good for your career.
Yeah.
Woodward Sports chat thread. John, did Steve Yzerman ever bail? No. Steve Yzerman built it. Isaiah Thomas built it. Like, those are champions. Those are guys that, situation be damned, I will fix this.
Yep.
Put everybody on my back. Isaiah Thomas, man, took a team playing in the Silverdome with 800 people at the games to one of the dredges of the franchises in the NBA and took them to back-to-back championships in the greatest era of NBA basketball.
You want to know how
That's
heartless,
a champion.
You want to know how heartless he was? Isaiah Thomas is a son of Chicago. He was like the best thing to come out of Chicago until he decided, I'm a Detroit bad boy, and I don't care if you're from Chicago. Now, his hometown doesn't even like him because of how hard he went for the team he was drafted to.
Love it, because it's true.
Champion.
So that was it. But yeah, that's what it is. Mike, please move on from Stafford. Look, viewership's gone up 10%, Mike. Chat messages have gone up, and I'm not even doing it for that. It's because I'm passionate about this. So, like, again,
and Mike, y'all sound like a battered wife. He left. We're playing him this week, idiot. Like, what do you mean? We're just not.
Is it a part of the storyline, Mike?
Yeah. I'd understand if we weren't playing the Rams literally in 4 days, but come on, dude.
And they're not talking about the tribute video, and Kelly Stafford's talking about not going.
Yeah.
Like, this is the buzz about the team. I'm sorry. This is the drama behind the drama, the story that's being told. And it's a fun story. And I love that the Lions get to be home wreckers.
Here's Levon Green in the chat.
Let's go, Red Wings Sparties. This is not a good day for Mike's.
No, it's not. Mike.
Levon Green, you guys are way too disrespectful towards Stafford. Where was I disrespectful towards him? It ended for me the day he went into the GM's office and said, "Get me out of here. I can't win here." Yeah. The day he quit on Detroit, because that's what he did. He quit. And there are still people in this town that say Barry Sanders quit or Calvin Johnson quit. No, Matt Stafford quit on you. Quit on you because it was too hard. He couldn't do it. Couldn't get enough help. He quit on you.
And remember, he doesn't care about you.
Yep.
He didn't care.
He said it.
He literally said he does not care about you, so why do you ride so hard for somebody that doesn't give a damn about you?
See, Levon, you're who I'm talking to right now. You are who I'm talking to. Why the love? For what?
For somebody who A, walked out on you, and then B, turned around the very next year and said, I don't care that you guys won. I don't care about the city. I give no damns about anybody who ever cheered for me here. But you're still going to ride for this dude? Like, that's why. Cook!
Marked Royal, Calvin did quit. He asked for a trade, Neil. Marked Royal, he retired from the Lions. He was on our network, and we asked him about it, and he said he was done playing football. His words.
His body was done.
Yeah.
You ever see his hands?
Right. Doing this. Look like a goalpost.
Yeah, he looks like it looks like Spock from Star Trek, his hands do.
Yeah.
He said it on this network. Go look it up.
Right.
But no, Calvin quit, but Stafford did. Why is it Calvin quit or Barry quit, but the organization quit on Stafford? Why is that?
That's ridiculous.
That's why I'm talking about this. And I'll do the rest of the hour on it, because you don't make sense. Make it make sense to me, Stick. Someone help me in the chat. Someone help me understand this position.
I can't. I can't understand the mentality of somebody that turned their back on you, you're loyal to. I can't understand it. Like, it's got to be they supplied him with some memory along the way, right? Like, there was one game in Ford Field that he went to with his kid, and that endeared him to Stafford for life. But other than that, I don't understand it, Neil, and I'm with you. The minute he asked to leave, you open the door, and then the minute he comes back through the door and tells you I never cared about you or any of your fans, like, it's not only dead, it's buried, it's burnt. Like, he took whatever good grace was left from this city last year after that playoff game and bombed it. He firebombed it on purpose because his wife lied to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, if you cannot follow the dots and make those connections, I don't know what to tell you, then just you're a slappy, and that's fine. You're a masochist.
Harold Williams, Stafford dissed the fans, and some of y'all still deriding him. Harold, thank you.
Harold,
you're a sane one in here.
Well, because Harold actually watches. Like, I feel like a lot of these people just watch the stats or they're fantasy football guys. Well, no, but they don't understand, like, the nuance of everything. They're very flannel Samish. You know,
right. There's no nuance.
No nuance at all. Like,
there's no game flow.
He didn't come in here and slam the fans. He didn't come in here and turn his back. Like, none of that happened because he threw 3 touchdowns one game.
Right.
Like, that's where it gets murky.
Burn says, never forget, this man also went to our eternal rival in Los Angeles. It's bigger than this game. This is L.A. versus Detroit. F. Matt Stafford. And look, I get off the highway one stop short there.
Yeah, or eternal, right?
I just don't care about him. The second he quit, I don't care.
Speaking of one thing that Detroit could still do for Matthew Stafford, tell us about KDK Law.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues? No, but seriously, though, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. Guys, being serious, if you're talking about child custody, divorce, your marriage, all of it, I bet you're losing sleep at night, aren't you? It's the biggest thing going on in your life. So why not go with the firm that has 24/7 availability? Why not go with the firm that has over 10 years of experience? That is KDK Law right here in Birmingham. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now, or you can give them a call, 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you. They will pay your filing fee. KDK Law right here in Birmingham. They stayed. They're still here in Birmingham, still here in Michigan. They'll have your back.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
What happens when you do great business for over 50 years? And I'm talking, not like the Lions for 50 years. These people have been successful. Even if they had Matt Stafford as a salesman, they'd still win championships. That's how good they are at Les Stanford. You go there, you pick out a car, whether it's a Chevy, a Caddy, a Buick, or a GMC. Les Stanford. We appreciate them. Make sure you go get your next car.
All right, keep it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule stick in for D-Mac, by the way. D-Mac doing some cool stuff with the Red Wings. That'll be coming out a little bit later on. We got KG, we got Spencer Raxter, we got all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, and jump into there. And we're having the Stafford discussion again, everybody, because I can't understand some of you, like ZD here in the chat. You sound like stupid, angry, jilted lovers talking about Stafford. No QB would have been successful in the D. They ran the ball every first and second down. There is no jilted lover to me. I don't care.
I'm not mad at Stafford. I'm mad at the fans that still deride him. Like that,
100%.
Like Stafford to me is just, like I said, he's Caleb Williams. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's a dude out there we need to run through to get to a championship.
That's all he's in the way, and I want him put down.
What I'm frustrated is the same people I was frustrated with while he was here telling me he was a great quarterback and he was going to take us to the promised land.
And Matt Stafford led the NFL in attempts in 2011 and 2012, so that's not true.
But they always ran the ball, Spenny.
Yeah, they run the ball too much.
So ZD, that took a long time to
to debunk.
When they didn't have running backs back then.
Any other brain?
Oh, and then
you had the corpse of Reggie Bush.
Well, that corpse of Reggie Bush, by the way, with Joique Bell, also gave him the only running back field, I think still to this day in the history of the NFL, that had 2 running backs go for 500 yards rushing, 500 yards receiving.
Yeah.
Both of them did it.
Yeah.
2,000 yards of offense.
And don't forget, he was flanked by a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
With Calvin Johnson as a wide receiver.
And a top 3 defense in 2014.
And a top 3, yeah. But he never had anything, Spenny.
And remember, the only thing that Stafford led the NFL in his time in Detroit, or any year, is attempts, completions, and interceptions. Never led the NFL in yards or touchdowns.
So there you go.
Only had over 30 touchdowns twice.
But if he would have had the right offensive coordinator, the right offensive line, the right defensive line, the right linebackers, the right special teams coach, the right GM, the right consultants, the right towel boys, then maybe he would have done
Listen, I like Stafford. I am a Stafford guy, but looking at these stats, he really only had 1 elite year.
Yeah, I was told those are Hall of Fame stats while he was here.
2011 was really the only elite year he had. He had 5,038 yards, 41 touchdowns.
The 3 other quarterbacks had 5,000 yards.
His best year after that was 2015. He had 4,200 yards and 32 touchdowns.
And if I believe they played the Saints that year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then the Lions had the lead in the second quarter, I want to say.
Yeah.
Did they not?
They did.
And when Drew Brees got to Drew Breesin', Matt Stafford got to Matt Stafford in there.
Yep. Well, you can say the same thing about the Dallas game. Everybody wants to cry about the flag
6 points the last
up.
3 quarters. 6 points, 2 field goals.
And you got the ball back with 5 minutes left. Could have gone down and stepped on their throat and ended the game.
And
you didn't.
That's why I love the NFL playoffs.
Right.
Because your legacy is defined.
Yep.
Like Josh Allen.
Times.
And Lamar Jackson.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. The clock is ticking, man. The screws are tightening.
Those guys got to win a Super Bowl.
They have to, man. They have to.
Josh Allen probably won't, but Lamar might.
I mean,
yeah.
You know?
I mean, he's got a much better team than Josh Allen this year.
No, he does. Spenny had something for us, too. Pretty much every national pundit has the Lions 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody. Any big name in sports media, name them. They're all riding the Lions right now.
Mm-hmm. I've been hearing a lot of Lions to the Super Bowl talk, too.
Nationally.
I watched PFF this morning. Both guys said the Lions going to the Super Bowl.
Do we like it? Do we not like it? Because there's a side of me that doesn't like it. I'm just saying.
It's uncomfortable. Like, the way I look at it
territory.
We're like the dude that was a dork in high school, then all of a sudden you started working out in college. You
Back then, they didn't
all the
want
girls
me.
are attracted to you, and you really just don't know how to handle it.
Now I'm hot. They all on me.
That's the way I look at the Lions, right? We've been dorks our whole life. We've been the puny guy. Now all of a sudden we're the stud on the block, and it's just awkward. We're not used to the attention. As a Lions fan, it scares me because every time we get high, we end up going low, and it just terrifies me to have such high expectations.
That's SOL thoughts. Don't do that.
But also, this is what I've been asking for my whole life.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And now that we're here, I'm not going to shy away from it.
Yeah.
Damn right we're the best top 2, top 3 in the NFL. Damn right we are in that spot.
Yeah, my buddy of show fame, Terminal Dennis.
Shout out.
Who always.
Dennis.
Every single game. You know him. You know him well.
I know
he was at Hayes Social for the watch party. He's been talking about this a lot lately. He said pretty much the exact same thing. He's like, I don't like being the cool kid.
No.
I don't like Dan Campbell in commercials. And it's not like I'm not mad at Dan Campbell for doing the commercials. Right. I don't like the idea behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like being the cool kid. I thought that was a good way to put it.
And that's exactly what we are. We're the popular kid in school now. We've never been the popular kid. But, yeah, seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown and Little Caesars commercials, Dan Campbell and Applebee's commercial, which, by the way, shout out to Applebee's for replying to us on Twitter. Appreciate that.
Oh, did they really?
Yes, they did that.
I missed that. What'd they say?
Just because
smart wife and kids.
Yeah, I tweeted. I was listening to Dan Campbell's interview this morning. He said that his wife and his daughter kind of pushed him to do the commercial, and I tweeted out that quote and tagged Applebee's, and they're like, "Smart daughter, smart family."
Applebee's got me. Those half price apps got me through.
Dollaritas, baby.
Yeah, got me through college. I'll go there twice a week.
And they let you take
No one
drinks.
talks about that.
Yeah.
They let you take drinks from the bar to go.
Yep.
They was one of the first places doing that.
So, yeah, being the cool kid on the block is it's strange territory for us, and we've never had expectations. It's really, I don't know what to do with my hands. I've never had expectations before. Now if they don't win 2 playoff games, it's considered a failure. of a season. If they don't get to Dan Campbell said it, Super Bowl or bust.
Yep.
So if they're not in the Super Bowl now, it's a failure of a season. It used to be, if we're above 500, we had a good year.
Right.
If we're above 500, this you know what this is? This is what they said about Caldwell actually being real.
Yeah.
Right? Remember when Caldwell was here and 9-7 wasn't good enough?
All right, they wanted to get
Back
over the
then, 9-7 was more than good enough. But now we live in the reality of where 9-7, 9-8 is no longer a good year for the Detroit Lions. It's crazy. It's bizarro world, and I'm happy to be here.
No, it is. And again, I've said this. This is kind of my public service announcement to it all. And I know it won't work because if they do lose to the Rams Sunday night, I know what Monday's show is going to be like. I know what X and Twitter will be.
Well, you know what last year was like? Learning how to win.
I know. But again, this is, for me, Stick, like it's my initial reaction to be like, yeah, I don't like all this. But at the same time, I gotta keep it real with myself because this regime will win a Super Bowl. This is my quote all year long. This regime will win a Super Bowl. There's too much talent. The front office is too good. Nobody's talking about, people are talking about the front office in drafting talent, which certainly that is new to us. Guys getting second contracts, contract extensions.
Right.
It's wild.
I'm going to take you one step further beyond drafting and re-upping contracts. How about the fact that people are calling Brad Holmes about, hey, I want to come play for the Lions? When has this ever been a free agent destination? When has this ever been a vet who's still good but wants his last shot at a ring? Where's he going to go? Detroit?
No doubt.
The Detroit Lions are where you're going to go, and that's exactly what happened after cuts. All these agents were calling Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes didn't have to reach out and say, hey, do you think Tim Patrick may want to sign with our practice squad? It was Tim Patrick picking up the phone like, bro, I'm your missing piece. Let me help you get a championship. This is uncharted territory on every single level for the Detroit Lions. And not only for us as fans, but for the team, for the front office, for everybody else in the NFL. When they think Detroit, it's no longer, I ain't going to Detroit. You're going to have to pay me double to go there. Now it's, you know what? I may give them the hometown deal just so I can go get that championship. It's unbelievable where we're at.
DJ Reader's won. We talked about him in the first hour. You cannot tell me that there was not a better offer out there than $7.5 million guaranteed for 2 years. You can't tell me that. I will never believe that. Never. But they didn't let him out of the building. Like, it's the way it is. And by the way, too, you guys know I'm a big simp for not for Matt Stafford like a lot of you. I'm a simp for Spot Track, the salary cap website.
Yeah.
I celebrate their work. Shout out Mike Giannetti. He's elite.
Shout out.
But I was listening to their podcast this morning when I was on the treadmill at Planet Fitness.
Shout out.
Your fitness is essential.
Shout out.
But he broke down Brandon Ayuk's contract. Do you guys know that in the next 3 years, and I'll even take like this is going to be in the weeds, so stay with me. I'll even take the next year, like this year of Amon-Ra off before he gets into the extension. You know that the 49ers are going to pay Brandon Ayuk more money than the Lions are going to pay Amon-Ra St. Brown the next 3 years?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll pay him. He might be traded before the year is out.
No, he's not. He's locked in. He's locked in for $77 million.
I hear you.
He's locked in.
But they did some magic with their salary cap. They were able to get their tackle, and they were able to get Ayuk, and then they restructured some of that to open up cap space to where they can sign Purdy.
No doubt, like and that's fine.
They did a good job.
But I'm telling you, dollar for dollar, the Lions will pay less money to St. Brown than the 49ers will to Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is Amon-Ra St. Brown better than Brandon Ayuk?
Absolutely.
There are no doubts to that.
You know, San Francisco was 30th in pass attempts last year. 30th. That's crazy to me.
I thought Matt Stafford was when he was here with the Lions. That's what I was told.
But
did somebody lie to me?
The chat. The internet never lies. But no, I mean, all this talk about how great of a quarterback Brock Purdy is, he hands the ball off third most in the NFL. And those are just facts.
But yeah, and people talking about they deferred it. No. I'm talking about guaranteed money.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
What you're responsible for.
I just don't think they'll pay the length.
Brandon Ayuk has a total guarantee of $76 million. Amon-Ra has a total guarantee of $77 million. That's the guarantee. When the agent stuff, it's like the Trent Williams thing with the 49ers. When they did his deal, they did his deal basically through this year. Mm-hmm. And the agent says, hey, throw in a $36 million, never see the light of day year when he's 38. That isn't guaranteed. And that's what his whole holdout was. He's like, I got $38 million salary on the books for 2 years. Give me some of that sugar now. And they converted that. That's how it worked. The fluff that's on the end of it. The only thing that matters is what you're guaranteed to pay, on the hook for. And the Lions got St. Brown for the same thing that the 49ers gave to Ayuk. They're an elite front office. Elite. The 49ers dicked around and didn't do it to where the Lions identified their guys, walked in, and got the deals done. And how's it looking now?
Pretty damn good.
That's it.
Brad Holmes masterclass this
offseason. That's why this regime will win a Super Bowl. Tell them about Randy Wise.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, man. I cannot give enough credit to Randy Wise and what they let us be a part of this summer with
Shout
the
out.
golf tour.
Epic.
Absolutely amazing. And Tim out there at Randy Wise. Chris Wise, who I got to interview at the Allied Challenge. Amazing guy. Can't wait to golf with him. He's a lot like me. Not great, but has a lot of fun out on the course.
Go.
So, yeah. Randy Wise, they got dealerships all over the place. They even have a new used one out in Ortonville, which I was out at the other day. So you need a new car, make sure you hit up Randy Wise. And you want to golf with a celebrity, scan that QR code. I hear there's one more golf event coming up before the end of the year.
And if you want to do Lions season right, do it with Woodward Sports, because we're going to have the best coverage in the state, and it won't be close. Tap into the watch party and the post-game show, both live at Hayes Social. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere, and the boys are going to be there after every single game. It is presented by Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Tune in with me for the watch parties, and Anson is stick as always for those post-game shows. Make sure you tap in. Like I said, we're doing Lions coverage better than anybody in the state. All of that presented by Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
At Planet Fitness, you can get everything you need for just $1 down.
Try out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Hey, y'all better get on these free fitness training sessions from Planet Fitness.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
Join Planet Fitness today and get everything you need for just $1 down. $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, July 18th.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports. Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is popping up all over Michigan. They just opened one in Madison Heights. So if you want the best pizza, chicken, or biscuits in the game, you just got to go to Sorokis.com to find a location near you. I had some last week, and I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out. Sorokis.com. Sorokis. Now that's crispy.
All right, keeping it pushing. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule. Stick in for DMAC. We have KG. We got Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
We got all of you
Hello.
in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Make sure you jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Spirited discussion. Football season's here, everybody.
Football is back.
NFL game week.
That's crazy.
We're like
how
36
crazy is
hours
that?
away.
This was the fastest
Tomorrow.
summer of my life.
It really was.
Well, guys, the Lions got to play an extra month that we weren't used to.
You know what? In retrospect,
point, yeah.
Shout out Detroit Lions for doing that.
Yeah.
They shaved a month off of winter.
True, but this was the longest offseason ever waiting for them to get back. It really was.
I disagree. I feel like the Lions just played yesterday. Like, we're back at it and
I
ready
remember
to go. I mean,
crying
they
in
just
the
played
studio.
the Rams 3 months ago.
He gonna cry in the club.
Right.
I was crying.
He tried to front like he didn't cry. Do you cry?
No, I cried. Yeah, I cried live on stream.
Yep.
The second game
there.
I didn't.
Yeah.
After we beat the Bucks, I didn't cry. But the first one,
Yeah, that first one, yeah, for sure.
And it's the same way. That post-game show went 5 hours till 4 in the morning
I was hyped.
after we beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Second post-game show, about an hour and a half because we had been there the week before.
Yeah.
And that Anson and I talked about it, and Neil, we've talked about this. Like, the next step is if they win their divisional round, we're not going to do another 5-hour post-game show because we've been there. We've seen that.
Right.
It's
But
expected
Super
now.
Bowl,
Oh, man.
Neil and I have already discussed this. We're creating a whole nother stream key.
Yeah.
And we are going to do a 24-hour live stream.
We are.
Hell yeah.
Non-stop marathon
Oh,
right
yeah.
here on Woodward
We're gonna take
Sports.
shifts.
Hell yeah.
Maybe not. It's just going to be people coming in because I'm not leaving for 24 hours.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving.
Not fucking leaving.
But yeah, I mean, Spenny was the best part about that post-game show last year after the Rams game. Me and Anson are here. We start the post-game show. These guys all leave, go to Royal Oak to celebrate, come back at 2 a.m. drunk as hell, and the party's still going on in the studio.
Yeah.
One of my favorite one of my favorite memories in Detroit sports.
Oh, that was awesome.
We blew blunts in the
God, I can't
studio.
wait.
We were
It
blowing
was
blunts
great.
in the studio.
Yeah, it was great.
I was telling you guys that I listened to the Spoke Track podcast. You know another interesting little nugget that came out about that?
What?
Dak Prescott probably has the most leverage of any NFL impending free agent, maybe in the history of the game.
Yes. He's got him over a barrel.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, look at the teams around the league, too. The Steelers don't know who their quarterback's going to be.
Yeah, he's got options.
The Panthers
Well,
could be, but hey, if he comes out and shits a bet again.
he is 5'2".
Is that right? Is that really his fault? He's short. Adam Thielen was his best receiver.
The point of the story is
His
they're going to make their decision
He's got
this
options.
offseason.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
You tell me Aiden O'Connell isn't your go-to guy?
Yeah. No.
Right.
And like people are free. There is no world where if I was Dak Prescott would I sign an
The
extension
Chargers. They could be out on Justin Herbert. They probably got an out on him.
Yeah.
Well, you never know how long old glass jaw Aaron Rodgers is going to last either.
That's true,
He
too.
could be gone after this year. I mean,
He needs to be
there's a
gone
lot of
after this year.
opportunity.
This is his last ride in my eyes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But I cannot believe football starts tomorrow.
It's crazy.
Like
What game is it?
it's
Chiefs
the
and
Chiefs and the
Ravens.
Ravens tomorrow.
Dude, what?
That's what I'm talking. Like
Great
Like
game,
not
too.
just football tomorrow.
Good football.
Like
Yeah.
a potential Super Bowl caliber matchup.
Love
they
that.
couldn't because they're both in the AFC.
Well,
but
yeah,
you know what I
AFC
mean.
championship. Yeah.
Dallas's quarterbacks will be a free agent. Minnesota's
Jay Thomas says Seahawks. Rams.
Minnesota starter.
Rams.
New England. You don't know what's going to happen with the Rams.
Arizona.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Seattle. The Jets.
Denver.
The Giants.
Denver, yeah.
Well, we know what's going to happen with the Giants.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice that we have all reliable number 16? Because that's the old phrase. For people who don't love Goff, it's a lot easier to get worse at the quarterback position than to get better.
Sure.
$1,000,000%. And
Lot
that's
easier.
why, again,
We lucked out.
KG is taller than Dak, says Phil.
That's facts.
The Ron in 99.
I think Dak's like 6'4". We were talking about Bryce Young.
Hey, let me get my shit off, man.
Woodward Sports chat thread. A tour says Dak deserves it. Jerry Jones robbed him on his first extension.
Dak
Jerry
deserves
deserves
Dak deserves a bag for sure.
Like we forget, like we make fun of him. I make fun of Rain a lot.
He had a
He was
insane-
second. He was second in MVP voting
He had
last
an
year.
insane season.
Regular season warrior.
Yeah.
We
As
all
all
know that.
Cowboys quarterbacks since Troy Aikman have been,
Yes.
right?
We know that.
And again, since
Yeah.
we were talking about the Lions,
I want to see his stats.
just remember, we're going on 30 years since the Cowboys have been in the NFC Championship.
They the new
game.
Lions.
Yeah,
30 years.
He had 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. That's
It's pretty good.
a damn good season.
In that first playoff game.
Yeah.
But he's
What
also part of a lineage that's almost 30 years since they played in the conference championship
They're going to pay
game.
Dak. They have to pay Dak. And they're going to pay him like $60 million a year.
At a minimum.
I don't know. Jerry Jones starting to go off the deep end.
Jerry's got fucking
He might try and
dementia.
take
Like,
the team to get his quarterback next year. I don't know.
I can't believe.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is true. You got some good options coming out of college.
Yeah, don't call his bluff. He will
Shador,
do.
Quinn Ewers.
Jerry would do it he would tank the season to get a new
Cam
quarterback.
Ward.
I know he would.
Jerry will do whatever the hell Jerry wants.
Exactly.
Did you see his quote about bringing in a
That's
GM?
what I mean.
Nobody
Going
can do
off
it
the
better
deep
than
end.
me.
What would they know that I don't know?
Right.
Nobody can do this
He
better
popping
than me.
his chest. He popping his
I've seen
chest.
it all.
That's like the first stage of the end,
Yes.
right? Like
Right. He
when you
popping
get
his
dementia
chest.
and
Yep.
you start wilding out there.
Now.
Who can do it better
I've
than
seen
me?
everything you can see for the past 30 years, and nobody you're going to bring in is the experience.
You know what
I
you
do.
haven't
It's like-
seen in the last 30 years? An
Right.
appearance in the conference championship
Or
game.
evolution.
You haven't seen that.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
Jerry.
Oh, I mean, come on. We'd all trade places with Jerry Jones.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, what
He's
an
a
existence.
billionaire.
I mean,
Yeah.
when they were
Sure,
doing the
but-
draft during COVID,
the
and Jerry
easy-
Jones was on his $4 billion yacht.
Yeah.
But stick, like, it's at the
Amazing.
end, though.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Listen, I would take a Jerry Jones run in my life.
I would too.
it's at the end, though. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
It's
To be
been
honest,
bad.
I do.
I don't know.
I would take it. Jerry Jones.
I do it for the kids, I guess.
For the kids.
Andrew Schmidt.
I do it for the women.
Andrew Schmidt's got a question along those lines for you, Spenny.
Yeah.
Is Tiny Tina taller than Bryce Young?
No. I don't think Bryce Young is a certified dwarf. She was definitely a certified dwarf.
Really? How did you know?
The forehead.
Yeah, that normally tells you. That'll normally tell you. Hey, man.
Let's go to break. Planet Fitness, everybody. Hey, Planet Fitness. We're live at the Planet Fitness studios. I was just there a couple hours ago getting it in, and I can do that because there's over 50 of them in the Metro Detroit area. No matter where we are, we're broadcasting at Feldman Chevrolet. We're broadcasting downtown at Second Best. We're here in Birmingham. There's always a Planet Fitness close by. And guess what? The best value in the gym game. That's what it all boils down to, right? It's $24.99 a month. You get a black card. You can go any Planet Fitness in the world, over 2,600 of them. They've got everything you need. I've added a stretching regimen to the workout. They got a stretch cage there.
I've been stretching too.
Spenny lifts weights.
Shoulder
I do.
stretching.
There you go. See, I do a ton of cardio. It's all there. Guys, you don't need another gym. You don't need to be paying $80, $90, $100 a month because your gym's got a rock wall. How often are you using that anyway? Planet Fitness, guys, I've been a member there for 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. Pull in the parking lot, join there. Go on your computer, planetfitness.com, join there. That's right, Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
All right, listen up, sports fans. You need to hear from our injury insider. That's right, Dr. Jeff Pierce of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, powered by Amon-Ra of Southfield as well. Dr. Pierce joins us every Tuesday. Ermanni and Edwards every Thursday. We talk literally breaking sports news, all the sports injuries that are going on. He gives you insight as well. I mentioned I'm on a stretch routine. Dr. Pierce got me going on that, everybody. Talked about what we talked about on Tuesday, the Christian McCaffrey thing, the plyometrics. It's a big, everybody. We're doing it. Dr. Jeff Pierce keeps you in the game, keeps you performing at your best. For more info, go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com. Final segment of the show. And look, Neil Rule, stick in for DMAC, KG, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Speaking of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread, no, we are not going to talk about where you can, quote, typically find dwarfs. We are not doing that. We're not.
Sadish Crown.
We are not We are not talking about what you guys want to talk about in the chat, Fred. We're not going to discuss why hobbits have big heads. Then why don't dwarfs have big feet?
Dwarfism is different than being a midget. Like, they're completely different.
We're not talking about
At my wedding, I almost had 2 midget bartenders, and we were going to call it the mini bar.
We're not discussing
that. Would have been awesome.
Right. I would have cleaned up. It got vetoed.
They got vetoed.
But the idea was there.
Well, I'm not talking. All right, I'm not talking about it. I'm not going to talk about quote the Keebler elves. We're not talking about cookies or crackers or any of that stuff either. We're not doing it here. We're not. All right.
Clearly.
No, I'm not.
Mike G says, Spenny, if I'm interested in non-certified dwarfs, where should I go?
Oh, I can get you some black market dwarfs.
Yeah, we can find them. There's probably some out in Royal Oak most of the time. It's pretty.
There used to be a club downtown called Space, and they would have this overweight dominatrix hanging out with a midget. It was Brutal Betty and her midget. It was a good time. Bernie was his name.
Brutal Betty and Bernie?
Party. Bernie can party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's still around doing stuff in Detroit.
Shout out to Bernie.
Yeah, shout out to Bernie the midget.
We're not talking about Spenny, quote, balancing beers on people's foreheads. We're not talking.
Very easily could have, though.
Oh, yeah.
Do hot dogs look gigantic in dwarves' hands?
I assume so.
Thrown in 99? I would assume.
You goddamn right they do.
Spitty is the best.
Hell yeah, brother.
Fuck with Spitty, man.
I'm telling you, man, it was a great night.
I can imagine.
I had to get pep talked into it. Like I told him, I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
It's always the shit that seems like you would be embarrassed about and be the best, bro.
No, we are not talking about how, quote, the Stafford topic dwarfs this one. We're not doing it. We're not doing it.
You not? You sure about that?
We need more dwarf movies.
Yeah.
Xavier D, I don't care if, quote, dwarfs love being talked about. I'm not doing
They
it.
need love, too.
They do need love.
It's some
Who farted? Y'all need to cut this
little
dwarf
people out
segment
there.
short.
She had a damn good night.
Yeah.
I made sure of that.
There's some
No.
all right looking little people.
Yeah. This was not one.
No, who
He
farted?
said this was not one. Hey, man. You gotta
She wasn't like a hot, short girl. She
Yeah.
was a midget.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man.
It was
Strap up,
bucket
handle business.
list stuff, man.
Right.
Like, I got a weird bucket list. I got, like 7-month pregnant woman's on there.
Hey.
Like, 75-plus-year-old woman is on there.
Boy.
Yeah. Like,
Spitty, dap through the glass, bro.
You know what?
Ain't
There's
no
a bar
shame.
in
No.
Scottsdale, Arizona called Gilligan's, and they have midget bartenders.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh my God. You know what? I will read this one. Sounds like you need to cut this segment short. Yes, we do.
Yeah. Too bad we got another 4 minutes.
No, we don't.
Shout out to Willow, one of the greatest dwarf movies of all time.
Shout out.
It's not often that a dwarf is an action hero.
Okay, Chance Goff, thank you. Thank you. Do I start Goff or Lamar in fantasy this week?
He asked that on the morning show, I believe. Golf. I would go golf.
Thank you, bro.
I probably would too.
Yeah, the Rams defense, they have some things to figure out.
Well,
They got
Rams will score too.
Well, yeah.
Like people forget about this. Like they always zero in on the defense all the time. It's not always a defense.
No, it's not.
It's pace of game and possession.
Right. Absolutely. But even on the offensive end, their offensive line is struggling.
Well,
like
don't
Spenny
forget,
pointed out
the
earlier.
Ravens have a new weapon in Derrick Henry, too,
Yes.
that they're probably going to use a little bit.
Absolutely.
That may take some carries away from
And the
them.
Chiefs are a better defensive team, so I
heard a podcast talking about that the Ravens may bring back the triple option.
That'd be great.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
You know what though? Here's where I got everybody trapped. I don't want to hear their shit about how they don't like Army football and Navy football. Because everyone's going to be out there just slob. If they do it, everyone's going to be like, oh, they're bringing back the triple option.
You run a speed option with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and then have Mark Andrews on a 10-yard pop pass.
How do you stop that? You can't.
No.
Well, I don't want to hear. I don't want to see everybody
running deep on the backside.
And Spenny, we have receipts.
Yes.
The people that trash Service Academy football, we have receipts.
Well, let's be honest.
Hey.
Listen, they're not running it with the most elite athletes on the planet.
Even better.
Yeah. They're running it with heroes.
Right.
People that defend
real
your freedom.
Americans.
So
Real Americans aren't
appreciate
athletic.
everything you do for the country, but that doesn't make you good football players.
Go Army, beat Navy.
I'm sorry.
Ask the Germans about the double option.
America.
SR 7187. Go Air Force. Oh, by the way, too, more Dabo fire.
Yes.
4 schools in the nation do not have a player from the transfer portal. Army, Navy, Air Force, and Clemson.
That's a hell of a list.
Good luck, Dabo.
Yeah, that's
good
crazy.
luck.
Oh,
Dabo's all high and righteous after he gets his $9.5 million salary per year.
Yeah.
Once he's got the money in the bag, then we can be righteous about, we're not doing name, image, and likeness here. Dabo, you got your money.
They are going to win like 2 games.
He should be fired.
He
He should be fired today.
Yeah. No, you got to let him fail first. You got to let him fail the season first.
That's fair.
Mike G says Michigan should run the triple option. Your thoughts, KG?
They honestly
I would be okay. I'll be okay with that.
With the quarterback play I saw on Saturday.
Exactly. Bring it out. Whip it out.
I was at that game, and it was people did not want that quarterback anymore. They were chanting for Orgy. Then Orgy came in and threw it all of 6 feet.
Yeah, that was ugly.
I still want orgies in the end zone. I don't care. Davis Warren, get out.
Okay, we're done. No Ronan. I'm not going to ponder the question of if a pimp has a, quote, stable of dwarves, do they accept half payments? No. That's it. We're done here.
We done talked Michigan and dwarves. 2 days he is not with.
More football, more of the football tomorrow, everybody. We're going to get a little deeper into it.
Yes, sir.
Lions, Rams, all that kind of stuff. No, we're not talking about. All right, we're done. Stick, thank you.
Yeah, this is
thank
a
you.
fun hour.
This is great.
KG, thank you. Spenny, thank you.
You're welcome.
Most of the chat, thank you.
Most of the chat.
And for Woodward Sports, I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Well, see you later.
Dwarves need love too.